25 states are suing the Trump administration, and I'm excited. And you should be too, because they're going to win. They're suing over those SNAP benefits that are going to run out November 1st. And they're suing the Trump administration and the USDA. And I want you to understand that if you do not want to be in pain or stressed out, listen to this, everything I'm about to break down to you. So just keep listening. What they're doing is they're taking them to court. Why am I excited? Why you should be excited is because, one, they have a fail history in the DOJ of losing 70+% of their cases. Two, there's a history of shutdowns. When subcommittees are there, they can go in and still fund SNAP benefits regardless of the shutdown. So it doesn't require anybody on either side to give in. But three, the thing that makes me the most excited, and I'm talking about this tonight in my Clarity group, is that it comes down to people are missing the narrative. What we are going to do, I've told you that we have three groups fighting for us, and the states, the 23 states and attorney generals are the ones. Well, we got 25 states, half the union, fighting back, including D.C. We got the union fighting back. And the great part about that is that this narrative is, hey, if the Democrats are being such hard butts about it, then why are they suing like they're doing to get 40 million people's SNAP benefits? Understand this. Even though they're suing the Trump administration, they're also suing in a way that hopefully opens the door for them to fund everybody's SNAP benefits, even those other 25 Republican states, if this works. And honestly, I believe it will. I believe it absolutely will. Listen to the strategy I'm going to break down. You're going to feel so much stress-free about this. We're going to go through this. You're going to love me. We're going to love what I'm talking about here. Here's the unpacking of this. This shutdown has been designed to hurt. In other words, they figured if you do a shutdown, Democrats, we're going to make you look bad and you're going to be the ones to blame. The problem is this. They're not the ones to blame because GOP is in charge of the government. There's another thing. These SNAP benefits show how cruel the Republicans are because they could at least fund so people don't starve and children don't starve. You know, the majority of these people getting these food benefits is for their kids. And then the other third part of that is here the states are coming in suing, saying we're going to take this down. We're going to take you on. We're going to fight. We're going to do what we need to do to make sure that we win this war, though, at least for the kids. We're holding out for the shutdown, but at the same time, we're not saying as Democrats that we're going to let 40 million people starve. And we're doing this not only on behalf of the 25 United States, but the entire United States. And that's what makes us rock in front of everybody else. And it's a rough fight because right now what's happening with Mike Johnson on his call, word got out that there was a real battle in fighting in the Republican Party over this shutdown. They know this could mean absolute political suicide to them. They know this is a dumb move, but yet they are like lambs led to the slaughter of this. And I love it. Now, I don't love the shutdown. I don't love the idea of people not getting their money. No. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you need to de-stress yourself thinking that this is going to last a long time. Now, I know what you're asking. How long will the shutdown last? Darren, how long do you think the shutdown will last? We're going to find out if we're in this all the way to December or more, because I think it might go as far as December, but we're going to find out based upon the heart of the GOP. How bad do they want to push it, and how much pressure are they getting from the Republican states and the media? Is it the same pressure as Jimmy Kimmel in First Speech? Is it the same pressure from within their own base? What does the pressure look like? Because if you can gauge the pressure, we can find out what's going on with this group. And I want you to understand some other things further that are involved with this. Between the pressure of the shutdown, the pressure of the Epstein files, and yes, that is still a very big thing because there is a congresswoman from Arizona who said she'd be the 218th signature, and Mike Johnson knows darn well that he can't be delaying forever her swearing in, which means more pressure on the Republicans. And the gerrymandering wars are back and forth with Virginia saying we're gonna bring in people and I'll do another video on this on Jeffries coming here to Illinois in Chicago to redistrict the map somehow. See, the challenges that we have on our side with that is just being able to decode everything, being able to understand how can we do it without messing ourselves up, because we got some heavy redistricting already happening in Illinois for the Democrats, but just like they do for the red states. But what I'm saying to you is this: what we are doing right now is in the middle of a war. And of course, we got to remind people of the No Kings Day that happened. ESGN, Epstein shutdown, gerrymandering, no kings. So when we go into shutdown mode, we talk about this lawsuit. They're going to win this lawsuit. DOJ has lost 70% of their stuff. Now you might say, I know where you're going with this. Damn it. You know they're going to kick it up to the Supreme Court. Good luck. Good luck. Do you know? Let me give you the math. 667 judges, though not all on our side, have shown that they will side with us. Where are 667 judges? Federal judges, 94 districts across 50 states. In the last 40 weeks, we're in the 40th week of Trump. And in the last 40 weeks, we've seen Republican judges for Reagan, both Bush, and even Trump-appointed judges in the lower court said, nope. Here's the key factor you're missing. Most Americans don't know this because we don't know the history, operation, and laws of our government enough. Here's the factor. Even though his playbook is to try to send it up to the Supreme Court, here's the problem. Here's the problem. 99% of the cases are handled by lower courts. That's what I teach people in my clarity group. 99%. I help you decode the drama, identify the data, and develop a better you in the clarity group, the one I'm talking in live tonight. Because Tuesday nights, it's narrative warfare. And we're going to talk about how this 25 states suing the Trump administration is really psychologically going to play out and hurt the Republicans badly. So if you're in the group, you want to get in that. Here's the thing I want you to understand the bigger picture of. Right now, all of us, are in a situation where we have a chance to stand on democracy for this, but I know at the same time people fighting for their money, federal government employees, and we have people who are fighting for their food, literally for their lives. And the reason the shutdown exists to remind you is that if we don't hold them accountable, they're going to make thousands of dollars more in subsidies to people, medical subsidies for the Affordable Care Act, and they're going to lose. Meaning they're going to lose their health care because they can't afford it. Meaning that these people could slowly or quickly die without their medicines. This is really life and death. And I want you to understand, I'm excited that the states have decided to fight back in a way that they are almost guaranteed to win. Because if you look at the track record of the DOJ, it is a done deal. Hang in there, people. Understand what's happening. And make sure that by all means, you check out my next video to become more educated in this.